In Unit 10, we began looking at setting up and creating newsletters. One of the things that you'll notice with many times when you see a newsletter is that it has more than one column. So here I have a page that's just a single column, and let me get rid of all these underlines. There we go. So it's a single column, and I want to change this to two column. To do that, I go to Page Layout, Columns, and then here are my options: 1, 2, 3, left, right. So this is what one column or two column would obviously look like. 3 would add 3 columns. Left, what that does is it's 2 columns, but it makes the left side smaller and the right side kind of more like a regular full content, whereas this might just be some additional information or whatever. And then right would be the opposite, where you have the larger section to the left and then a smaller column to the right. Now with this newsletter, I don't want the title and the introduction to be a part of the 2-column layout. So I'm going to switch this whole thing back to 1. There's 2 ways that I can specify this. One way would be to highlight just from lines down and then change this part to 2-column. Now when I do that, what it has basically done, I'm going to go back to the Home tab and show my hidden symbols. It has created a section break here. So I basically have 2 sections, this first section and then the second section. So what I actually do more often than not, instead of highlighting like this, is I actually insert my sections first, especially if I'm going to have multiple sections within a page or multiple pages. So to insert section breaks, this is something you should know how to do. I'm going to click right here after the first paragraph and go to Page Layout again, and here are my breaks. Now we've looked at inserting page breaks before. That's the first option. Column breaks is something we're going to use here in a second. The one I want right now is continuous, and what that does is it doesn't split it to another page. It just remains a part of the same page, but it divides that page into multiple sections. So I'm going to insert my section break, and if I go back and show my hidden characters again, you'll see that it added the section break just like it did when I highlighted before. And now with the section break in there, what I have to do, I don't have to highlight all of this to specify that this is the section. All I do is just click anywhere in the second section. As long as my cursor's down there, when I go to Page Layout and go to 2 columns, it's only going to change the section that I'm currently in. And somehow I ended up with an extra space here. There we go. So there we go. Another thing that we can do here is to specify where I want the columns to break. Now this actually broke pretty good. I have my lines section, and then it automatically splits and goes to zebra section. But let's undo this and go back to, actually I'm going to get rid of my page break as well, or my section break. So to get rid of that, I just need to view my symbols, click right before it. So if anytime you accidentally insert a section break and you need to get rid of it, this is how you do it. My cursor is right before the section break, and I'm going to hit delete on the keyboard, and I got rid of that break. So now I'm going to actually go back and do the entire page as 2-column. Now looking at it now, you can see that it splits, and what it does is it tries to make the 2 sides equal. And so you can see it has an equal amount, almost equal, as close as it can get to making the 2 columns equal. But what I want here, I don't want lines to be cut off. So I have 2 different things I can do here. I can move lines over into the other column, or I can do a section or a column break right before zebra to move this content down below. And that's actually what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come up here right before zebra, and then I'm going to go to my breaks, and I'm going to create a column break. And what that does is it tells it that's where we want to split and go to the next column. So it moved all the content for lines back into the first column, and now zebra is by itself. So anytime you're working with newsletters and you're trying to move things around, instead of hitting the space bar or the enter and try to move it that way, remember you can do column breaks. It's a much easier way to control the flow from column 1 to column 2. I'll end this video for here, and then I'll create another video to show part 3 of this first assignment.